How's everybody doing? Just getting a late start this morning. My audio level's good. It's been a long time since I've done this. I had to kind of fix up my stream settings here in OBS. Things should be pretty good here. I'm assuming. Let's see. Hopefully the audio quality is decent. Last time I was streaming, just playing Doom, I was using my earbud mics, and it didn't work so well. Windows doesn't seem to like to both play audio through the Bluetooth earbuds and also record from it at the same time at halfway decent quality. Okay. Let's see, I'm just gonna chill here for a little bit. Until I see some more people in here. I'm gonna get started properly. Yeah. Trying to get my new office set up. Well, it's not new anymore. It's about a year since I lived here, moved here. But had a bunch of equipment in here last year, so I really couldn't stream a lot of Indie Aid stuff. So, but now it's good. I have a lot less work going on. I'm on break, in fact, until the first week of January, so should be good to do more of these. Hope everybody's doing good. And Twitch has really gotten like elaborate. There's so many tabs here. I don't know what to do. Okay, yeah, a stream manager thing. Yeah. Too quiet? Yeah, it's probably not. That's probably me. Hold on a second. Just let me boost the mic. Try not to get too much clipping going on here. If it's still too quiet, let me know. Let's see. I can review it here. Am I getting audio from here? Okay. I don't know. My laptop, for some reason, not playing any audio. Strangely enough. I'll boost it even higher, just in case. Better to have it louder than not. Oh, I can boost it here too. Sorry, I'll just boost it all the way up here, and as long as it's not clipping, it should be okay. Good. Let's see. Yep, it's been a while. Where is my user count? There's not a user count. I got a few people in here. What's up, y'all? Just gonna be reviewing what has been done on the project so far because it's been a long time. You know, in fact, if we look at my last commit until this week, it was July 31st of 2024. So nearly a year and a half here, you know? It's crazy. Yeah. So I've had to kind of like do a few things, which is first update the project to Zig 0.15. And I think that's just mostly like adhering to the new standards. See, they've changed like how they, the literals for each type in their type struct. Things like that. And then the new IO interface, I can jump through here and find where I fixed that. Because now you need to adhere to a standard streaming interface is my understanding. There's like this writer thing and a reader thing. And I think it's working correctly because I was able to successfully output our assets to the JSON format. Yeah, so I get rid of this alligator stuff. Now I'm using this fixed buffer. I don't know if this is kind of the right way to do it. I don't know if it's going to be I assume it's not going to be optimal way I'm doing it because it was just a quick fix. I'm pretty sure I could like create like a file, like directly use a file handle buffer or something. I don't know the details of the IO interface that well, so I'll learn it eventually. That's pretty much all I did. I think there's some other issues. Oh yeah. So just they switched the managed array list to a unmanaged one by default, so I had to change that over to not there. I had a lot of places where I did that. There's some again, there's some literal name changes in some libraries, and then what else? Yeah. So now I'm using this array list managed, very explicit about it, which means you assign an allocator when initializing the array list, and Bob's your uncle. In any case, that's that. So now I'm just kind of looking at the game and seeing what's working, what's not working. Because again, it's been a while. I noticed the attacks were not working for whatever reason. I fixed that, and I should push that change here. I think that's here. Yeah, because this wasn't getting loaded. I don't know what happened here. I don't know if it's last time I saved a year ago, something was missing. It's hard to say, honestly. But yeah, it looks like things are mostly working here. I forgot exactly where we're at last time I was here. Looking at first hit stop doesn't work. Who knows why that is? We'll figure it out here in a bit. Turning on hitboxes to see that everything seems to be working correctly. There we go. Okay, sweet. And I know there was a special move, but it's not coming out. There's that thing, whatever. I think that was the thrust thing, but it's moving backwards instead of forwards. If we look at our character asset, we can look at all the actions. Let's see. And I don't know where I was at when I know I worked on this asset editor thing quite a bit off stream, because I knew it was just going to be tedious. Yeah, so these are just actions that have been loaded, and I have an action list here, but honestly I forgot if this is I think this is an inline. I got rid of the inline thing, so now actions are here. Yeah. So there's no more inline actions. I made them separate action assets. I know that's the thing. So like if I click on like a reaction here, you can see in the property view, this is just whatever's active. You can see all the properties like the animation timeline, such as it is, and things like that. Jump, the name of the action, the combat state of the action, which again it's just like a general identifier for me to do logic on the action itself. Everybody can hear me clearly, I assume. Nobody's saying much, so I'm going to assume I'm speaking clearly. In any case, standing, where's the attack? The attack should be loaded here. I want to support sorting this. Where is the attack? It should be loaded. It's interesting this not showing up here. But it's in the character, right? Oops. Unless it's a bug. No, it's there. The attack is there. So, and it's in the asset reference. Thrust attack. We can look at all these things. Oh, there it is. Attack JSON. So yeah, this is actual properties for it. Honestly, I could have just done this, and you could have saw the it'll pop up the active things here. So yeah, we can see hit properties, hit stun, guard stun, hit stop, knockback kind of things, and vulnerable hitboxes. Duration, is it looping? It's a special. That's fine. The animations, be cool if I could inline the sprites, but that's not really relevant to actually explaining how fighting games are made. Just something I would find useful. What else? I'm just riffing right now until I figure out a path to move forward on fixing things in this game. But yeah, for now, yeah, I'm just looking at this to see what's up. Yeah, so let me do this. Names appear again. Okay. Yeah, I can't control that one that's there, so I have to do this. So this move is what? It says this name attack, combat name's attack, but you can see, like, look, the timeline is very long. Probably, hold on. Let's look over here. It's probably set to quarter circle back. Yeah. Cross attack is the name of it. So, I really should rename that, right? Walking forward. Cross, there's a cross there. Where's the cross attack? There we go. Yeah. Oh. So that was weird. It should have shown cross attack. So is it playing the wrong thing? So the hitbox popped up there, you saw. Really quick, let me do it again. If I pause and I step, I think I can do this. Down, back, and then attack. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. Hits on 9. And there's no, obviously, attack frame. It's weird. This must be a bug, because it should definitely show not the attack here. I'll look at that bug later. Let's fix this. Well, let's note it, I guess. Stream notes. Let's, 23rd, right? Yeah. Cool. All right. So in any case, I can see it here. And it should be on frame 9. The 9th frame is when the actual attack box shows up. Oh, we should talk about that real quick. I probably mentioned it before, but how, in fighting games, if you know anything about fighting games, I don't know everybody here plays fighting games regularly. Something called frame data, which is generally like how quickly an animation starts before it hits, how long it takes the animation to complete, and there's something called static difference, which is basically like when you hit an opponent, either if they in like a reaction state, damage state, or if they're in playing a blocking animation, guarding animation. There's some amount of recovery time, and the difference between when the attacker recovers and when the vulnerable opponent recovers is called like the static difference, or like the frame advantage, obviously plus being advantage for the attacker, minus being a disadvantage for the attacker, and the opposite for the defender. But my bigger point here is like, how do we represent the amount of time it takes for the animation to get to the attack, right? Because you can think of a few different things, like because again, we simulate these games at usually 60 frames per second at a fixed rate, so we can track time by how many frames have passed, visual frames, right? So this one, like I just demonstrated, I think it was like 9, so we can count here: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think it was here, the 9th frame, if you can see my pointer here, where things were attacking. And then we're looking here, we see hit property, we see vulnerable box, attack property, and there should be an attack box, but I'm seeing nothing here, like 0 guards on nothing. I thought I had saved this work, but in fact, I don't even see, I see hit property, but not attack box at all. which is very strange because it definitely popped up. So this might be a bug in the viewer. Luckily, we can open up that asset and see what's going on in the JSON. Where is that at? It should be in the assets, right? Yeah. Action, and where we go. Sorry, I have to do this thing where I'm like, should not lose focus. Okay. It shouldn't be in there. It should be in the action. There should be an action folder. The idle. What? Oh, common. Sorry, I was freaked about this. So I don't know why I put cross attack in common. There's no hitboxes, so somehow hitbox is showing up. That's weird. That's in fact very, very strange. I remember implementing this move. So I don't know what happened to the data. We can look at it. I should be able to see the history of this somehow. Share. No, let's move this. Can I not get a... And I'm debugging. Okay, stop debugging. Real quick. I should be able to go view... Where is the Git history of this? I really wish the context was here. In Visual Studio Code, I really wish I saw a context for for the Git or source control in general. Really, there's nothing there. No. What is it? Git something, right? Probably. Should be git log or something, right? I swear there was something before. I could easily just look at history. Okay, we'll just go over to GitHub. I've not committed that? I thought I did. Well, if I did, I just lost work. Oh, I need to update this. Looks at a filter here too, another interface thing that just would make things much easier. Okay. So I seriously don't have that committed? I thought I did. Huh. Yeah. These remote extensions. No. It's like, it should be here if it was going to be anywhere, but it's probably some view or filter. Views tree. Views list. View something. I don't know. I'm just going to, wait, hold on. Repositories. Oh God. Too much visual noise for me. I much prefer this, but yeah, yeah, it's not going to show that. In any case, I'll just look at it here. So action, common actions, cross attack. Yeah, so I never had a, well, at least I never submitted a hitbox, it looks like, which is a bit frustrating. Oh wait, hold on a second. Let me check something, make sure. I might have another folder where I've let's see. No, I don't have anything there. Ugh, okay. Hold on. Let's see real quick. Let me find. find it. Okay, giving up on that. Yeah, I guess I lost the work I had put on it. I don't know when and why that happened. Okay. What about thrust attack? Did I... Common actions, not there. Did I lose work on the thrust attack? Where is that? There we go. Well, nothing here either. There's no hitboxes. Okay, well, let's just build it out real quick. It doesn't take very long. I'm just confused by why there's a hitbox on it. Doesn't make any sense to me. I don't see it in the data. Oops, that's the wrong one. So this is the whole. This is what the animation looks like, right? Well, this and then have this, this and this. I don't know what I was doing that. It's been so long. I'll have to go back and review the videos. I don't think it's that bad. It doesn't matter that much though. So we'll go ahead and just fix that. Again, yeah, I have the animations here. I have the almost no hitbox properties at all set up on this. Okay, we can just easily do that. Go, where's the cross? Cross, attack. Yeah, I'm definitely want to put a sort here. Okay. I don't even know what I was intending for it to hit on, but we'll go ahead and just add hitboxes. Start frame. Let's just say it's 12. I'm vulnerable for 3. Okay. Let's see how that goes. Oops. Oh, I think I was going to implement like physics overrides. That was kind of the point. That phantom hitbox is weird, and then the other hitbox isn't going. I think I know what's happening. It's not properly loading the actual data for this. It's a bit strange. Though we can clearly see there's a lot of, the timeline's quite long. Debugging, yay. Always majority of your time is the thing you definitely want to do on stream. Anyway, it's opportunity to get, familiar with the code again. It's been a while, like I said, like a year and a half, honestly, which is wild to jump back into old code like this. I would do so many things differently now looking at it. I've kind of like a new thought on how I want to architect gameplay code. So I'm looking at stuff like, oh man, yeah, I would love to do this so differently. In any case, I'm not going to redo stuff for stream, so you'll never, yeah, if you do that kind of stuff, you'll never get done. Okay, before I completely zone out here, say cross attack, it says it's 90 frames. It didn't look like 90 frames to me, but it's quite a bit of frames. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Maybe it is 90. Okay, well, pause back up. Let's change it real quick to 20 and see how. That's a long attack though. Yeah, so that field is working. This is definitely working. It should be a special in any case. Oh, specials don't come out. It has to be attack. Okay. Well, we'll have to look at that later. Oh yeah, I want to check to see if modifying things works. So, okay, that works. It shows a hitbox. Oh, I know I couldn't see the hitbox. I need to give it a size. The default size is really tiny. Although I didn't give it a hitbox. Sorry. I forgot. I make a hitbox group, and then I can have several hitboxes in the hitbox group. There we go. Now I got it. Let's just start with 0, 0. Width, height. There we go. There it is. Okay. Okay. Yep. It's coming up now. Now we can adjust it, I think. Forget if I could adjust this in real time. Oh. Oh no. No, it doesn't show it updated. That's annoying. I thought I had it updating in real time. This is different hitbox? This is not this data? Maybe that's the case. This is not this data. In that case, where's the data coming from? I don't know if this is the bug with, okay, we can verify this real quick. Let's check the other attacks. This one, right? Yeah, this is the normal attack hitbox. Look at this. So something, yeah, this is probably related to the editor bug, where it's always pulling down the attack here, as opposed to the thing I'm actually looking at. So I can probably move the hitbox around here, would be my guess. Yeah, look at that. It works. So it's interesting. It's not pulling down the hitbox properties. Okay, so we have a bug here somewhere, wherever this is being read, the hitbox properties. I probably can get a hint at our reactions. If I look at the reaction system, I really wish I could filter this here. I bet there's a filter, but I just want to look at the source code and not be distracted by all this noise that's here. Okay. Reaction system, there we go. Execute reaction system. Transition to reaction for all characters that were hit, so there'll be a hit event somewhere. So I'm gonna search for hit event. Where's hit event used? Hit events. We have hit events. Okay, we got this. We have pinned hit events when we have a grab collision phase and a collision phase. Okay, getting somewhere. And then we'll have to go through all the attack boxes, active attack slices that we're calling it. And it's, okay, so what's going on here is we're caching these attack slices somewhere. I forgot exactly where this is getting cached. Buffered, cached, whatever you want to say. Yeah, so we have one, I guess it's something I did off stream, honestly. I forgot about it. So yeah, Flake Lows, let me check that out for you. Let's see what I've done on the history here. I'm sure I mentioned it in my commits. Again, year and a half ago. So brain ain't working so well anymore, and definitely ain't remembering this. Adding test action reference, added support for transitioning arbitrary actions specified in action assets. What did I do here? Oh, I definitely added a bunch of... so I know what happened. There used to be a list of actions in the character data and all the properties for that action in one giant file, which I did not like. It's harder for source control for tracking changes. So what it looks like I've done is I created individual assets. You can see here, look, I've added attack, grab, reaction. So this makes a lot more sense why the data is not here and why this isn't working properly. I completely forgot about this. So where's our test character? So you can see here I've, hold on. +1, yeah. Why wasn't it showing that properly? Oh yeah, so it's a huge diff, right? So I've removed all this stuff. So I think what I try to do is copy paste this stuff. Maybe I didn't do a good job of it. should show more probably, but oh yeah, let's load more. That's grab reaction. There should be more here, I would assume, but yeah, I did add this new. I guess cross attack wasn't here. There was a special attack though. Then I added more. Oh, when I added thrust attack, yeah. Yeah, so I guess I did that. So, whoa, that was echo. So what I did in general was I added, what is this even in the change list? I think I just got on a roll on what I wanted to do one day and then got lost. Yeah, so I did some preparation for moving actions to their own assets at some point. Added support for creating and loading action assets which are independent of the character asset. So I created a whole system where you can reference other assets and in your assets using a path, so that it will auto load those assets. If you're familiar with Unreal and other engines, you do things like this. Unreal in particular has something called like hard and soft references. Hard references are when you load the asset automatically. Soft is you have to manually load it. I don't have soft references, I don't think. Maybe I did. I forget. Yeah, where in code is that? So I do have a type, like a reference type. Asset reference, I think. Something like that. Is it asset reference? That's not what it's called, but I can check here. So I did make asset reference at some point. Made it asset reference for tracking loadable assets. Here it is. Yeah. So I added load asset reference. So there's yeah, it's just a path. As you can see here, it's a struct, the path in it. And then if I look around here, you'll probably see in character data action input, for example, there is reference to an action. And you would see that in the editor, and it's everything's set up so that it automatically works in the editor, right? So we probably can see here, for example, you saw the input at the very bottom here. You can reference an asset like this directly. And I can replace an asset by clicking on this, and then a list of the compatible asset types will pop up here. Then I can select it and it will replace it down there. And well, even for like an image, it'll show me the right type for the asset. So I can go down and replace that asset type. Everything works with the base type, with references. Because before, if we had any kind of asset reference, it would just have to be literally copy-pasted path. And then somewhere there's a root path is set up. I think the root path maybe is just the actual executable root. I'll have to double check. It's been a while. Yeah. In any case, we should, at some point, this got broken where it's not actually loading the correct, it's not loading the correct, action data for, yeah, action slices. Yep. So the collision data is not being loaded properly. I don't think it's a collision data. I think it actually is the action asset it's referencing is not being loaded. Though it has to be partially loaded because it's getting the duration, you know. All right. Next stream, can you have multiple resolutions? Right now you have only 1440p. Okay, is there a way for me to do that now? Can I assign, like how can I'm so sorry, I'm not familiar with Switch. Is there a way for me to have multiple resolutions? Is that a thing that's possible? I can fix it right now, if that's the case. Um, I know in OBS I can assign a resolution. I just thought that Twitch itself would be like YouTube and provide multiple resolutions. Is Twitch not like that? I guess it's not. I know you can set quality. How can I do that? Where's the setting at? It might be in the stream tools. I don't know. Oh, let me see. How to have multiple. Yeah. To have multiple resolutions on Twitch, use OBS Studio or Streamlabs. That's not with enhanced broadcasting feature enabled. Okay. Enhanced broadcasting. Okay. Multi-track video. Enhanced broadcasting. Okay. I'm gonna stop and start the stream real quick, and maybe that'll fix it.